And now, I would like to present two fine teachers from our staff, Miss Sandy Czajka and Miss Dan Bonarigo, to speak on the great things they're doing in the computer science world. Dan, Sandy.
Perfect. Yep. Perfect.
Dan and Sandy are representing computer science and some of the cool stuff they did over the summer. I know the board had received an email earlier this year, so Hector and I talked about providing an opportunity for Dan and Sandy to share their experiences from the summer and what they've done with the computer science program with the board tonight and the community watching.
Yeah, it's Computer Science Week.
It is Computer Science Education Week. So this, I was going to give him credit that he totally, I was sure Dr. Skinkus and Dr. Freitas knew that.
Absolutely, they planned it.
Completely planned this meeting, so we greatly appreciate that. And as part of Computer Science Education Week, most of the math classes will be doing an hour of code in class. Our Girls That Code Club is presenting facts every day, and we will also be doing showing some microbit games that they have made to encourage students to get involved during lunches tomorrow. And if they play a game, we have some really cool stickers for them. So, but we know that really the last time I presented about computer science, I'm not sure, I think there was only one of you on the board, maybe two. And so we just want to give you a quick rundown of how this came to be. I came to RB in 2003-2004 school year, and I was hired at that time by Jack Balderman because RB had lost their AP Statistics program due to low enrollment and had never had AP Computer Science, and I was teaching both of those courses at Fenwick High School for the 11 years before that, and he was hoping to get those started. So my first year was a learning year of teaching, I think, 4 different courses. One course repeated during the day so that I had a total of 5. I taught freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors so I could see what the student body was like, and then we were able to start both AP classes the following year. And now we have an overabundance of both courses, which we are all very proud of, because although that was part of my goal, it has definitely been a department effort. Anything we do, Dan and I get a lot of the credit for computer science, but it's truly the entire math department that should take all of the credit. Then I got involved a little bit with the College Board by being an AP reader, and that opened the door to making a lot of, probably those of you who know me are surprised, I networked a lot and met a few people there, and we were able to become one of the pilot schools in 2015-16 for a brand new computer science course, Computer Science Principles, which is another AP course. So we piloted the course that year, and the exciting part was we had 4 sections right away, which meant that I could have an accomplice in crime in the computer science area, and we were able to together develop that course. And then in 16-17 was the first year that the course officially went AP around the world. So we were really proud that RB was really a pioneer in this course and that we got to know it all right from the start. And the reading has led to a variety of things, including becoming a member of the AP Computer Science Development Committee. For the last 3 years, I've been the co-chair, and I was 3 years before that a member. They keep saying I'm supposed to roll off, and they keep asking me to stay next year. I think next year is the last year I'm officially allowed to stay on it, but this gives me a chance to really interact a lot with the College Board and gives us a lot of opportunities to get our feet under us at RB well before anyone gets started. It's exciting when people at the College Board say, "Oh, you're from Riverside, Brookfield. Yeah, we know about you." And they actually, I mean, we are not a huge school when you look at the size of schools, and we are actually a known entity there, and that's really exciting. It's given me a chance to help create the course and exam description that was just distributed worldwide this year for the first time, and I actually was a group of 4 of us that wrote every learning objective, essential knowledge statement, everything that every teacher has to follow, and we've also been working on that for principals as well. And so through that, we've gotten a lot of opportunities, and the best part about it is that we've been bringing as much of it as we can back to our students. And so our students always know what's going to be coming. They know what the exam's going to be like. They know what we're doing, and sometimes they like it more than others. But we know that what we're doing is providing our students the 21st century skills they need to be successful workers in any career. Anyone who doesn't think that computers are going to affect their lives at some point is quite frankly, burying their head in the sand at this point. And we really want our students to leave RB with every opportunity possible. So I'm going to let Dan talk a little bit more about principals and some of the other things going on.
So I was brought in to help Sandy develop the CSP course 5 years ago, and I've had all sorts of exciting opportunities as a result of this endeavor. So I was able to work as a AP reader during the pilot year, so when they were kind of trying to figure out how we were going to grade this exam. And then the last 3 years I've been a table leader for the AP CSP reading. And I will continue that again this summer. And then as some of the connections that I've made through the College Board reading, I've had some really interesting opportunities. This past summer, I worked as a site visitor for a summer camp called Gen Cyber, which is a cybersecurity summer camp that universities put on. So I was able to visit 5 different, mainly tech universities that were putting on this summer camp for high school students. So I got to see a lot of how they were engaging students with cybersecurity, and hopefully then we're going to be able to incorporate more cybersecurity into our CSP curriculum. And then as a result of that, I got asked to join a content development team working for, it's called the C5 Colleges Project. It's a community college consortium that is developing cybersecurity modules to infuse more cybersecurity into the computer science principles curriculum. And so I'm currently working on that. I was working on that some this afternoon. I was also able to speak at a Facebook event that the College Board hosted, as well as Ms. Czajka did, but I was able to speak there to mainly newer computer science principles teachers about some of the things that we figured out over the 4+ years that we've been working on the computer science principles course.
And I just want to say, we were, I believe, the only school in the country that was allowed to have 2 teachers. One attend A and one is 10 principals. And last year I had attended principals. Usually once one teacher goes, the school is off the books. So it really says a lot about our school that they respect our program and that they really wanted us to come, and they foot the bill, so it's even better.
When you guys go as table readers, you go to Colorado, is that correct?
Kansas City.
Kansas City,
Okay.
right. Yeah, table leaders and question leaders are in Kansas City for computer science. There's a few different sites for different courses.
Okay. And when you said, just so they understand what table leaders and readers, go into that just briefly.
So as a table leader, I was responsible for 8 readers, and so then I would be reviewing the work that they were doing and helping them to follow the rubric as best they can.
And grading AP exams from
and grading
across the
AP
country.
exams, yep, from around the world.
And-
And Sandy can talk a little bit more. She has a more advanced role.
As a question leader, I train the table leaders, as well as usually about 100 or so readers on the initial, how are you going to grade this? How are we going to be consistent? Consistency is the number one priority for grading, because you can always work out any kinks if everyone's been doing it the same way. And so it's really a pretty amazing experience. Because first of all, it's some of the best professional development you get. You are working with university professors. Because of it, we've had a professor from Duke University come to RB to see our kids and watch them. We've had professors from Rochester Institute of Technology come in. So the networking is amazing. And really, that's where you get to see where the mistakes are made, where students are thinking correctly and incorrectly, where the misunderstandings are, not just for our own students, but really around the world. And that really helps us teach our own students better. So and we're very lucky in the math department. Lindsay Mina reads for AP Statistics, and Melissa Gordon reads for AP Calculus. So the math department has covered all of their AP courses with someone at the AP reading.
Excellent.
And just to kind of add on, we've grown the program quite a bit since Sandy started the course in 2004. So this year we currently have 7 sections of AP Computer Science, which is fantastic, but we continue to recruit and we continue to grow. And we really believe that every student who walks into this building should have some sort of computer science instruction. right? And she mentioned that we do the hour of code, and that's really just not enough. So we would really encourage the board to consider at some point in the not too distant future that computer science become a graduation requirement, whether it is a semester course or something like that. We would love to have that discussion. But I really think that we've been on the forefront of some of these computer science initiatives, and I think we should continue to do that. You guys all well know that CPS has a graduation requirement of computer science, and there are a lot of state legislatures that are considering making that a state law as well. So I believe that Illinois is probably on that path, but I think that we should get ahead of the curve and consider that sooner than later.
And it's something that we're both very passionate about because we just see the difference it makes for students. We get emails back from alums who are not majoring, some major in computer science, but even ones who are not, saying, oh my gosh, I didn't realize they were going to make me write code in engineering fundamentals. I didn't realize they were going to make me write code in calculus. I didn't know that the science classes were going to expect, and they don't tell them ahead of time that they were supposed to know how to write code. If they don't know, this is a university level. It's, well, either teach yourself or drop the class. And so our students who have had these classes are coming in and they're able to stay in those majors. And sure, it's still difficult, but they're able to be successful. And we want to make sure that all doors are open for everyone, no matter what they choose. And we also know that citizens need to be very versatile on a computer. Citizens need to know what's legit, what's not legit. They need to know about cybercrime. They need to know how to keep themselves safe. And between all of our connections, I literally am gone at least once every 2 months, if not more often, for a weekend to do presentations around the country. Even I've been sent to Singapore, I've been sent to Dubai to do presentations on this. We have connections that we could have a curriculum within 2 days if you asked us to. We have connection, and none of it would cost, and we don't have to pay for this curriculum. We actually get to evaluate the curriculum that the College Board determines if it's suitable enough for someone to use. So we really do have excellent resources, and it's just one of those things that I don't want our students to say, God, I wish someone would have made me take this when in 10 years.
May I? So I really appreciate your knowledge and your enthusiasm comes through. So thank you very much for this presentation. I think it was really helpful. Of the 7 sections, are they all AP computer science?
Yes.
Right.
Okay. And
Some
so
are
what else is offered in the computer science?
So we have 5 computer science principles and 2 computer science A courses. So those are the APs, and those are all within the math department. In the applied arts department, there is, I believe, a web design and a game design course that, although if we got to the point where the state mandated things, we could probably, I've already talked to Patty Sarkady, if necessary, we could make adjustments to some of those courses and add on others between our 2 departments.
So there is no non-AP computer science?
Not at this time.
Okay.
And that's one of the things that we think is something that would really benefit to have more options. We're really proud of what we do, and we try to keep it as open door as possible. We try not to close doors to students at this level because you don't really know what you're good at until you try it.
Any other questions from the board?
Thank you.
Sandy, Dan, you've done an excellent job. Thank you for coming tonight.
Thank
you
you.
for all that you're doing.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.